For the last 9 months, everyone has felt the life-changing effects that have come from COVID-19. I'm sure you can think of many ways that your life has changed because of the coronavirus, specifically how college has changed. A big concern for many is how COVID-19 has affected mental health, specifically the mental health of adolescents. This is why Texas A&M should provide programs specifically targeted at improving the mental health of students experiencing college during COVID-19. Today, I'm going to be talking about how Texas A&M adding programs targeted at improving mental health during COVID-19 could greatly improve students' college experience. I'm going to start by explaining why it is important to have programs targeted at improving mental health during COVID. Then I will explain what some programs that Texas A&M could implement would look like. And finally, I will conclude by looking into what a college experience with these programs implemented could be. To start, why does Texas A&M need to have programs specifically targeted at improving mental health during COVID? Well, because students experiencing college during the coronavirus are having a college experience incomparable to any student in the past. College can be hard on mental health without a pandemic, but going to college during COVID has added a new set of issues to the mental health of students. According to a study in the Journal of Medical Internet Research titled Effects of COVID-19 on College Students' Mental Health in the United States, interview survey study written by Changwon Sun, Sudi Pej, Alex Smith, Exomi Wang, and Farzan Sazangar, COVID-19 has had negative effects on students in higher education. This study found that 71% of students reported increased anxiety and stress and anxiety because of COVID-19. Students in this study also reported difficulty concentrating, disruptions in sleep patterns, increased social isolation, and concern about academic performance. Overall, the college experience is just extremely different and can lead to depression, anxiety, and just new stressors on college students' mental health. So, as I've explained, COVID-19 has been hard on college students. So, what kind of programs can Texas A&M add to improve mental health? Texas A&M can add programs that encourage social interaction and education on mental health. One program that Texas A&M could add is one that encourages students to meet with other students in person while still following COVID guidelines. Texas A&M could have an event for students who live on campus, so in their specific dorms, where they would have them meet with other students that live on their hallway. They would be in small groups wearing masks, socially distanced, but they would get to meet other students. For students who are living off campus or for those who are having to do school at home, Texas A&M could send out a form, have them fill out where they're living, and then connect them with other students who are in the same area. This program would improve mental health because, according to an article in Medical News Today titled, "What are the Benefits of Being Social?" written by Maria Cohort, social interaction is a protective factor against stress and anxiety. Another program that would improve mental health is one that is having a seminar where a professional educates Texas A&M students on how COVID has affected mental health. According to an article in American Council on Education, written by Sarah Ketchen-Lipson, Sarah Abelson, Peter Keglark, Megan Phillips, and Daniel Eisenberg, titled, "Investing in Student Mental Health, Campuses Can Be Instrumental in Prevention and Early Treatment in Mental Health Disorders." So with this seminar, Texas A&M could play its part in prevention and early treatment by educating students on how COVID can affect their mental health and teaching them to recognize when they need to seek out help for mental health. This seminar would also give resources for students who are struggling with mental health and tips to just maintain and improve mental health in everyday life. These two programs are just a few of many that Texas A&M could implement to improve the mental health of students. So what does a college experience with programs implemented to improve mental health during COVID look like? Being a student at Texas A&M with programs implemented to improve mental health will give a college experience during a pandemic the best it could possibly be. COVID-19 has caused students to miss out on a lot of valuable experiences, but with programs encouraging students to meet others, they can still create great relationships. My college experience has been so good because of the relationships I've created, and with programs like the ones I've mentioned, students would have the opportunity to create these relationships themselves. The friendships that students would create through these programs would be what they remember about their college experience. And with mental health education, this also increases the success of students. As I've explained, COVID has been a really big distractor for from college students' education, and a lot of it being because of the way it negatively affects mental health. So with the mental health education program, students are going to be improving their mental health, and therefore they're going to be able to have more success in their education. Better education and relationships created are just a few of the benefits that Texas A&M students would get from A&M implementing these mental health programs. In conclusion, Texas A&M implementing these programs would really improve students' college experience. In the last few minutes, I've talked about why Texas A&M needs to implement mental health programs specifically targeted at improving the mental health of students during COVID-19, some programs Texas A&M could implement, and what a college experience with these programs would look like. I explained all these things today to show how Texas A&M implementing programs to improve mental health during COVID-19 could greatly improve students' college experience. So I leave you with this. How can we convince Texas A&M that our best college experience has mental health programs targeted at improving mental health during COVID-19? Thank you. Next, Roxanne will talk about how mental health needs to be continued, how Texas A&M can continue to meet mental health needs while at home.